I just held 30 minutes on Facebook with light language from the ancestors, receiving the new sun codes. And I just wanted to check in Instagram as well and offer some love, offer some divine codes and some light language. So what's light language? Light language is when you're allowing the byproduct of a feeling to come out, but that is from being able to receive from the higher realms, from your ancestors, opening your heart portal up and allowing for feeling to become your master and language to become your expression. Okay, so like this is like a light language translation session. So it's like we're not here to explain precisely to everyone. We're here to offer how we feel, and that is more precise for people to be able to receive from us. E teme sikataina sela kaina tetai mina sitaila tina sataina ita kisamakitaina ila pike. We're here to be calm and peaceful about how we express ourselves. We're here to be gentle, and it is a unique path for all. There is nothing more one needs to do than to aspire to feel more them. And in our ancestors, they knew this was their alignment, that there was not the comparison, competitiveness, paranoia to be anything else than truly themselves. For, if we can say, in a more community driven species, you don't need people overlapping on skills. You do need unique sovereign beings being the best that they can be, that will impact and help the community more. So if each of us understands there is no overlap, but when you come into a community to live like as a tribe, let's say as a tribe, you're not going to want to overlap with people. That would be kind of useless. So thinking that there's ever two people that needed to be the same, our ancestors knew that, because let's just say in a tribal sense, if someone like needs to get firewood, you don't need everyone to be able to get firewood. Like, some people want to get firewood, some people want to stay and clear the space for the fire, some people want to make other things. So like all of our divine service is about non-competitive, and there's no overlap because we don't seek overlap. Very interesting, thank you very much, I like that. Kisa nana tipa iseta nena ki tana sata mita hesa hi tata. Like, coming to center and wipe everything away, start afresh. There's nothing dangerous about starting afresh. The point of living in alignment with nature is that you would start afresh, allowing nature to like cleanse the earth, have a storm, whatever. You're not like freaking out, like trying to have this like consistent same thing. Nature, when you're out, is always changing. The earth's always changing. If you live more outside, you notice it always changes. So they're like coming to the center, that starting afresh is more in alignment than pushing the same things, because it's just not natural. Interesting. Tinta because in it haina se yana he sina. Opening eyes. Opening eyes to want to see differently is a very joyful feeling. It's kind of like you flip back, kind of like you're kind of not shocked, but you're excited about seeing something new, and the idea that humans actually do want to see something new. Like, they want to travel, they want to explore the world, they want to see and experience new things, but then when new things are right there for them to see, it's almost like they don't see it, and they're like, open your eyes, it's always new. You don't need to go on holiday to see something new. It's always new. You like more in nature. If you're outside, if you're in your house, it'll feel the same. In your house all the time. You're outside in nature, you're like, nothing is the same. There's no blade of grass that's the same. So like, you can see newness by being more out in nature, which our ancestors would have been. Placing yourself in the balance of it all. You're the center of the storm. Okay, so if you are in alignment with newness, an alignment with nature changing, then you will always be in the center, because you will not be fearing change. You will be focused on that being the norm. And therefore you are the center point, the grounded point of change. You will know and perceive that change is always happening around you. So therefore you are the balance. You are that center bit. Fascinating. Well done. Thank you. I love that. Tena se tamase na kita la sena tita ina kana kana. Having the boundary, they're saying like there's a beautiful boundary that you can have around knowing that you're the center. Because you're the center, then everything in the quantum is changing around you, and you can relate to the quantum as like nature, that nature's moving every single second, wind, all that. But then you have this beautiful external boundary, which is obviously your future self, your field of awareness. But they're like holding it, they're like nourishing it. They're like, I know I'm the center. I know everything changes, the quantum changes, but this field that I have around me, I guess in is like the oversoul actually, holding it all together, saying, I already know what's going to happen. My destiny is already planned by my soul. Everyone is there supporting us. So that level of being held is actually from the ancient masters, galactic beings, source God. It's actually all of them holding it. So all your ancestors are holding your field. You're the eye of the storm. Storm's happening around you, but it isn't a storm. It's a desire to have that experience, because nature's always changing, and that's what we want. We want new things, but we're like, oh, only new in terms of a physical product. No, nature's always new. Hita sena pekatena sena hira hani tikada hina setaina hina setata pikina tata. Realizing that you are the one obviously creating that storm. That's so genius. Okay, so they're like, okay, like you are the tornado. You're the center point, obviously, of your Taurus fields, but you are also that tornado. You're the center point driving it up. So all the change that happens around you is because you have caused it. Genius. Wow. Okay, and because you want to see change and you want to be in alignment with nature, which always changes, and because obviously you're aware that you're ever-changing expression of source, that tornado that you're creating from being the center point, the things that you're aware that is changing around you is because you're aware of them. It's not actually changing for any other reason other than you paying attention to change. Peace. Love that. It's not that life's changing. Like, you're the center point of your fractal, then you have the quantum field, then you have the field like of everyone holding you. But the fact that you're aware of change means that you actually focus on change, but you're the one creating the change because you're focused on it. Powerful. Essala kina simetesa bena katachitena katapika isa nesa lakataini pisa lakataya he hena hesa hina kataka. Okay, like harnessing this like forward motion, harnessing, and they're like kind of like slicing through the illusion, which is really enjoyable when you're realizing with your light language that your body's obviously expressing itself. Language is the byproduct of how you feel. One sec, darling. So they're like slicing through and pushing through is a very powerful feeling. Yes, you can have that, darling. You can have that, darling. I'm just finishing this light language session. Ina? Kina? Yes? Alright then, Baba. Yeah. Allowing. They're obviously like allowing for things. You have a 3-minute nap and I'll have a 3-minute light language. Okay, like pulling through, obviously your heart is your activation portal. So pulling your heart as if like that's the cord of the tornado. So like we're saying tornado, we mean Taurus field, yeah? So it's the same. A tornado, you're the eye of the storm. The Taurus field, you're the eye of that. So they're like pulling out your codes and almost like pulling them out to then that create the spin is quite interesting. Okay. Okay, so you'd pull it out the front. You'd put that into your fields, like pulling out your heart and moving it around. And then that's going to move behind. Fascinating. Choosing where you want to be placed on the grids. Whoa, wee. Okay, choosing where you want to be placed on the grids. Wow. Okay, you're always the center point, of course, but then choosing where you are on the grid and then within your field. Okay, so when you're obviously activating that Christ your Christ embodiment of, or like kind of compass points, but in the galaxy, they're like pulling it out and really focusing on where it lies, which is obviously the furthest in your field. So you're the center point of fractal, quantum's all around you, everything's going to change, you're the tornado, you're the Taurus field. Pull out your codes, place them in your fields, really interesting, expanding to obviously the size of the cosmos, placing them in your fields, like, because your heart is a star portal. So you're the star portal, and you're pulling it out and you're placing it there so you know where you are, but also obviously all the galaxy knows where you are, and that's how you're found. Interesting. And that's also how you manifest the future, because you're placing them out there and then you're allowing to call them in. Thank you, I love that, feels amazing. Creating movement, very interesting. Creating movement in your field is obviously what we want to do. So that could involve moving energy like that, but it's kind of how they're showing it is being aware that you are the one that moves it. That's more important. Being aware that you're the one that's stirring the pot. You know, like we look at 3D gossip and drama and news stations in there stirring the pot, and it's like, it's all a watered down version of Source. We are meant to stir the pot. It's just that stir the pot of super consciousness, stir the pot of love, light, source, vibration. So being aware that you are always stirring your pot, but that intending to stir the pot is actually where you want to be, but not in a gossip sense, in a high dimensional sense. It's in like, I'm moving the energy in the quantum, baby. So upgrade the lower conscious fear-based narrative of, oh, you're stirring the pot if you speak your mind. No, I'm stirring the pot of energy, and that's like a beautiful feeling. It doesn't mean speak, like, that's not about speaking, that's about a feeling of that you know you're the eye of the storm and that everything you do stirs it. I love that. Thank you so much. Beaming it down today, mate. Beaming it down. It almost feels like wood eyes. It feels like wood, like you're seeing through nature. Okay, maybe it's something like, oh, okay, so it's like okay, so it's like a nature camouflage, that you're aware you're in nature. So if I had like wood glasses on, I thought it was like what, see through the eyes of a tree, but instead they're like, say that your eye holes were cut out, you'd actually, you'd only be seen by nature, because you want to only be seen by nature, and that's what you actually are. That's really clever. So the idea of camouflage has been obviously descended and made it in a bad way. So they're like your nature, so you obviously flow with nature, but imagining that you've got these wood goggles and that there's just eye holes, so that you're aware that no one else can see you unless they can see nature. So they won't see you unless they are in alignment with nature. Powerful, love that. Thank you. Wooden glasses, yes please. And also they're highlighting everything that you should need is free and renewable and comes back. So yeah, love that. Kita zina titana kita ina katata shita mina. Okay, so they're like, it's fun, like it's a bit swag, you're a bit like excited, a bit like pow, like I got this, like this is my mission, like you're walking around confidently, like confidently in nature, confidently in what you're here to do. Like they're like, we had confidence in ourselves, we had confidence in our mission. Like there was some bad guy over there doing something I didn't agree with, I wasn't like, oh god, or like, oh, I'm gonna fight. They were like, mate, like what are you doing, like we're busy loving, mate, like we're busy, I'll see you in a bit, like you're welcome to join us if you need to, like that. Swag of ascension. Swag ascension. Swagger. Swag ascension. Hita. Tina takati hina ina tana. Se tena mekate sen. Okay, they're like, handle your business. Okay, they're like, handle your business. So they're like, ancestors are like, we handled our business, we sorted out our things before we done anything else. Let's just say, for example, like they're living in a woods, you got forest, you got the land. Are you going to go and do something else before the fire's sorted? No, you're not. So what's your version of fire in your own life that you want to sort before you do other stuff? Me, for example, I've been camping all week, so all my stuff's all wet because I got wet. So I want to sort that out, because otherwise what's the point? Like, I'm not going to do anything else. Like, that's my fire. So place yourselves with the awareness of ancestors that they had a fire to maintain. And I'm not saying that's literally, because obviously we're just like magic quantum sparks. We're probably like fire, dragon, breath it out and meant to get the fire going, yeah? But I'm just saying, in theory, to get through the rational mind, what's your fire in your life? What do you need to take care of and handle your business before you do other things? Which is really powerful, because they're like, we wouldn't do stuff till we done the other stuff. Like, until we were meditating, why am I going to think I'm going to levitate in? Do you know what I'm saying, bruv? You can't levitate till you can meditate. Always. So they're like, handle your business. And I like that. And I'm actually going to leave it on that, because I feel really like, swag ascension, baby. I feel really swaggy with the ancestors. So I like, yeah, ancestors. Thanks for bringing that swag into it. And I like that. I feel good today. So if that's going to help you have some more swag in your field, have it in there. Eye of the storm, baby. Let the quantum field move around you, because you're the one stirring the energy, all from an ascended perspective. Knowing that your Christ embodied self is going to be placed in your field outside your body. You're going to call it in. You're the ones creating your tornado fields. Yeah, tornado fields. And that you're going to handle your business. That's the word, that's the way of today. I hope that's really helped. That's the energy I'm feeling today. And I just done a 30-minute session on my Facebook 5D directory, which is very different and has like about 20 new ancestral guided codes in. So go ahead there now. I love you so much. Peace out. What an amazing time to be alive. What an amazing day. And go and sign up at 5ddirectory.com, because that is a new place off of social media. Off social media, you can serve your amazing ascension offerings and programs, but also every single month I'm going to be giving a free quantum activation, and you'll receive the crystalline grid map with all of our people that list. Go there now and sign up. And the whole point of it is that we don't need social media. Like, this is fun, but we need other platforms where it's not like intertwined with the old paradigm of censorship. Do you know what I'm saying, bruv? 5ddirectory.com. Go and sign up there now. There, it's free to sign up, and then to list with us is like minimum is like $3 a month to have a whole new platform to socialize and co-create on. Love you so much. Bye.